Hello, you're with the Single Malt Review with Dave and Tim on the 18th of December 2021. We're into the final week of our fantastic Advent calendar of New Zealand craft beers.
It's my turn to rip into it.
We're going to, as always, go in sight unseen and try to guess as much as we can based on knowledge, intuition, and sheer blind chance. See what we can come up with.
I think it might be time for another dark. Just statistically, it's been a little while.
Yeah.
And it's another bottle. They must have found all the brewers that still bottle in New Zealand, because I would have said there's precious little of them these days, but yet we have this massive preponderance of bottles. Right. Away goes the cap. And here comes the beer.
I'd say I'm quite...
Oh, look at that!
Oh, yes.
Look at that! It's supernaturally. I was quantumly right.
Christmas comes a few days early for David, who loves himself a dark beer.
Game theory for what's coming out of the box. All right, now I'm jazzed. I'm pumped for this one. Find what it's going to be.
Let's say, so far we've had no bottles or cans which have properly exploded, so nothing bottled.
No, nothing's gone mega bad.
Yeah.
There's very little, except for the very, very special beers that is bottle conditioned in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get an international one by now, but we haven't. So it might just
be
New Zealand all the way down. Yeah.
It has international styles, as promised in the advertising, but no international beers per se. So we have some very dark. There is no opacity.
Yeah, this is we've gone beyond the porter boundary. We're into stout country here.
This is traditionally stouty nose, or is there some fruit? Ooh.
I don't know about that. There's a lot of beer though. This is a big one.
Oh, there is it is very toasty. There's a lot of very dark chocolate malt in there. Is there maybe some cherry? Because when you brew cherries in something like a Baltic porter, the fruit gets completely dried out. All sugar is gone. That changes the flavour so radically.
There might be cherry. I'm not quite...
It's always too savoury. No, it's not oyster, is it?
It could be oyster.
Could there be some shellfish? Only in beer can you be pondering, is this shellfish or is it fruit?
Actually, it can't be oyster because the bottle's too small. So I'll use my industry knowledge there. Unless they've started bottling it in more six-pack friendly stuff.
Or someone else is making an oyster stout.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's a popular style.
This is incredibly full on. Do you think there's coffee in here?
Maybe. Yeah, this is rich and toasty and
the freaking force of this is...
There's a hint of brine, which is pushing me in a maritime direction, but I'm just having a really good time. Generally, I'm just going to just sit there and enjoy this.
I think I might have just... I might have cracked the code.
What you got?
I think this is Three Boys Oyster Stout.
Okay.
But it's their Imperial version.
Oh, yep. We have actually looked at it on this channel before. We tried a vintage bottle a while ago.
Yeah. And
Three Boys are from our city, Christchurch, and their Imperial Oyster Stout is something of a local legend.
I don't think I can get away from that pick. So this is, I think it's an outright 12% beer, which it tastes like.
I'm not getting that kind of alcohol strength of it, but hey, I've been wrong so many times before.
I'm an ABV machine, baby. I can see them coming. Although I'm now primed to be really horribly wrong. But we'll see. So yeah, that's my pick. It is Imperial Oyster Stout from Three Boys, another very local brewery to us. And twice the oysters, twice the everything gone in here. So yeah, it's just so intense. I don't think there's not too many other contenders for what this could possibly be.
Well then, let us wonder no more. Oh goodness me!
Oh no, it's gone.
You are absolutely right.
Three
Boys Imperial Oyster Stout.
What a beer! That's a big one. I thought that would be like a Christmas Day level beer. So
12% ABV. In this special Imperial version of our famous Oyster Stout, we double the malt, double the hops, and double the addition of that South Sea delicacy, bluff oysters. Let's just say, it's no beer for landlubbers and should remain a special preserve of the captain's quarters.
Well, heck. Yeah, it's a special beer, all right?
Yeah.
It's an Imperial that's a bit more honest than a lot of Imperials. Some Imperials come out and it's like, well, it's 7.8%, implying that the regular version of this beer was, what's half of 7.8? Not a lot, not enough to satisfy me. An Imperial or a double, that should be freaking double, right? And Oyster Stout, that's a 6%er, so... If you're actually doubling it, I want to see a 12 on the label, and this one actually comes through and gives it to me.
I did not pick that up straight away. It's such a light and easy to drink body that the 12% just hides. This is as strong as some red wine.
No, you drink enough beer, you just get a feel for it.
Goodness, that is 3 standard drinks by New Zealand measure, which puts you a full 50% over the legal driving limit. So
get your places all right.
This is a
but think of
this one to share and savor. For
think of the
long
density.
time.
How many vitamins are going to be in here? This is just good for you. This stuff. This is a meal.
It's got your shellfish, it's got your grains, and a staggering quantity of ethanol. So
no coffee. And that's just malt bringing all those crazy flavours.
They're ridiculous.
No, I'm glad you said the seafood because I haven't quite got the seafood, but the moment you said it, I was locked in. That's all I needed.
At first, I was thinking of something like, say, Renaissance's Baltic Cherry Porter, which is, again, a strong porter, but uses a lot of cherry, which is fermented to heck, so you lose all the cherry sweetness and left with a very tart, very dry fruitiness.
Yeah, remarkable. So this is easily the most special beer we've got, and I wonder if we've crossed some sort of line, and we're now in the oopsie zone of the beers are suddenly going to get a bit more wild. We'll have to see, because this could be a Christmas Day beer. That's of that calendar. This is a very special sort of a beer. So I'm expecting big things from the next few.
Do you know off the top of your head, do 3 Boys export internationally?
I'm sure they do.
Possibly, try to track it down.
Possibly only to Australia, but they certainly do to Australia.
Yeah.
Anyway, cheers, 3 Boys. Cheers, Ralph. Apologies again for failing your organic chemistry class, but we can't all be. They can't all be winners, can they? I did all right. Anyway, cheers. We'll be back tomorrow. Almost said next time, but of course it's tomorrow. Pending disasters. Anyway.